my scrappy friends, welcome to my channel. Today I am making a layout that is just for me to have fun. I've been working on a couple of hop or challenge type stuff, and so I figured that I would also just create something for myself because I don't know about you, but I get kind of burnt out when I decide that I want to join in and do stuff with other people, which I mean is definitely fun. I love the aspect of doing something as a community and with, your friends. I mean, it's just fun seeing your friends all do different layouts with the same kind of specs or the same focus. But there's just something about scrapbooking for yourself just because you have photos that you want to do that make you happy. So I went through my stash, which let me tell you, that was so much fun. But definitely a lot of work. I definitely need to go through and kind of organize things. I don't know. Um, because of the fact that over the years I've made a lot of kits when me and Megan were doing For the Love of Homemade Kits. And so I have a lot of kits from those. I have a ton of leftover kits from Click Kits, and I think that's mostly the kits that I have left over. And then just collections, obviously. And I have some stuff organized by designer, which that's kind of how I like to do, just because I know that those styles are going to generally work together. But anyway, so I went through and I looked for black and white and different color pinks because that is the color theme that I went with for my wedding, because this is a photo from when I got married. Anywho, so I had fun looking through. I have some newer papers to me. I have no idea when these collections came out. I want to say in the summer I went to Joann's and I had picked out a handful of papers, and just kind of one of those things that every once in a while I liked to do, just go to the store and look at physical paper. There is nothing more cool than walking into a physical store and seeing the papers on the shelf. Me and Megan were talking about this the other day. We are starting our scrappy chats back up, and I was talking about how when I first started scrapbooking, the first time I ever went into a scrapbooking store, and it was near my birthday, so I was like, I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of stuff for my birthday, and I was overwhelmed in such a good way, and I picked out a lot of stuff, and of course that was before I really had a style. So though I used most of this, I think I used most of the stuff. I do have some chipboard left because I got the poolside collection from Crate Paper, and I still have some stuff left over from that because there's just, I don't know about you, but chipboard is one of those things that I love to have because it's not a nice little fun element, but I often don't use some of the bigger pieces that they have in there. I kind of wish they would do a little bit more smaller pieces. I don't know. I don't know who I need to talk to so that we can make that happen. But anyway, I also am using, so let's see, I believe the black and white one, the X's and hearts, I think that's from an older collection from Crate Paper, if I'm not mistaken. If you guys remember, let me know, because I didn't get much of that collection, but I do have chipboard from it. I think I found it the other day. And then I think I found something else from there the other day when I was going back through. So I think I'm going to have to do like a challenge where I go through and like old kits that I have already put together. I think I'm just going to pull one out and just make a layout with the stuff in there. So I'm just forcing myself to use the stuff in there. I think I say forcing it like it's a bad thing. It's definitely something that I would absolutely love to do. And so if that's something you guys are interested in watching, let me know, because I'm definitely thinking about doing a series like that. That's like low-key series, but just having fun and just picking a collection and that I've put together or that I have left over, and just kind of making it work and having fun with it and having fun, because I've noticed, like, as I've been going through my stuff, I really am falling in love with all my products again and all the stuff that I absolutely loved when I use those kits. I mean, there are a few kits where I'm like, oh gosh, why did I keep that? But then that gives me a reason, as I'm going through things, to get rid of things that I don't need or that I know I'm not going to use anymore. Definitely, as I've been scrapbooking, I've found, that style that I like. So I kind of have an idea of the things that I know I'm going to use and I know I'm not going to use. And every once in a while, I go outside of that and I'll buy something. Like, it's really hard when I go to like Michael's, right? Or even Hobby Lobby, because they have like the big packs. And there's a part of me that like wants to get them. And sometimes I do, but I know I'm not going to use the whole thing. I probably still have a couple of packs left over. I think I've given some of them away though, like, because I've gotten smart and know, like, I just don't use them, right? I don't know. If you guys have stuff in your stash that you have that you just haven't let go of, let me know, because I want to know I'm not the only one. I will say I have it mostly organized, so that's kind of nice, but uh I've, I think it's just finding out what works for organization, but just kind of calling down some of the stuff. So this year, my focus is using a ton of my scraps so that I can use them up and then I can start buying some stuff again. I mean, I'm sure I'll buy some stuff because you kind of can't help it. Once you start seeing all the new stuff when the collections come out, which I'm looking forward to some of this new usually in January, towards the end of the month, they start releasing the newer stuff, or at least that some of the companies want to put out that year. So I'm using this because I want that hot pink. Like I said, my schemes are pink and black and white. That's the colors that I use for the wedding. And so I really kind of want to play on that. I want to keep that the focus. And so I'm just working on layering. I've been seeing a lot of people on Instagram, because that's kind of where I look at most of my layouts. I do look on Facebook, don't get me wrong. It's kind of easy to get lost in the groups. What's your favorite group to hang out in? That's what I want to know. Because I feel like I'm not, like, I've been outside of the game of the groups. So it's like, I don't know which one to hang out the most. I don't know. I guess all of them are fun. But, um, so, okay. So I've seen a lot of people use like um the torn pages. There must be a sketch or something that's probably going around, would be my guess. But I've seen a whole bunch of people use that concept. So that's really what I'm trying to use as my inspiration. I'm not necessarily looking to like scrap lift or use a sketch, even though that's definitely fun. And when you're not sure what you want to do, that's a great way. Whenever I've done scrap lifting or sketches, it always goes over well. And it's just always fun to see like how you interpret it. Like, how can I make this different and make it me? Like, that's the fun part for me. But that is not what I'm doing. So I'm just taking inspiration. I have quite a bit of stuff from that Cocoa Vanilla. I think that the one collection, I don't know. I don't think it was Bohemian Dream, but maybe it was. I got the kit or the collection on my own, and then we had a kit. And so I have a lot of that stuff, like a ton of it. Actually, I should have looked to see where my ephemera was for it, because I'm pretty sure I have like almost a whole pack of ephemera laying around. I don't know. I think that's one of the areas that I really need to organize, is all of my die cuts and stuff. Like I said, I like to keep everything kind of either like manufacturer or collection, not necessarily collection, but like a designer. So I did have a little bit of these old crepe paper stickers, so I'm gonna use some of those. They're from, gosh, I want to say I had them in Hawaii. I'm pretty sure. So they're old. But that was when crepe paper was really starting to switch over to that clean and that more cleaner look. a lot more of the colors that we're used to seeing, not so muted. And then I have these Maggie Holmes tickets. It was like a page that had a whole bunch of tickets, and so I cut them up. I think some of them are perforated too. I like the black and white dot too. I should have used some of that. But did I know? So I'm just layering. I'm just finding little tiny places to tuck all this stuff in. So one of the things that I absolutely love to do is just find ways to like tuck stuff in, and and I have so much stuff. I'm sure you guys are with me here. I have so much stuff that honestly it's really not a big deal to like use a whole bunch of stuff on a page. Like I just have so much stuff. I think we all do. And those are Pink Fresh Studio. Like they're all, I mean, I haven't bought consistently probably in 5 years since the pandemic. Actually, I know that because I think the last really big order that I did was right before Megan came. And before that, I hadn't bought that much that year. And then because I was starting to go through my separation, and then, so that was one of the last big orders that I did in 2020. So I'm just finding some stuff, and this is just like odds and ends. Like I said, it's all just stuff from my stash. So there's a lot of Cocoa Vanilla. This is Dear Lizzie thickers, and some crepe paper, some Maggie Holmes. That crepe paper flower. I have no idea where that's from, but I had that left, so it was perfect to use on here. Like perfect. Those matched similar to the flowers that I found. So during my wedding, we kept it really, really super small and did everything in the backyard. And so I decided to see, I didn't even use any of the Valentine's Day ones. I think I found the sticker sheet that I had that was somewhere, but I don't know even where it is. I'm trying to find. I kind of wish I kept that there. I was playing around with it and trying to find a place for it, and it ended up at the top. And it's fine up there, but I kind of like it now that I'm watching this backwards. This is one of the fun things about doing process videos. If you guys are just ones who watch and don't do process videos, it's kind of fun watching yourself put stuff together because you kind of see some stuff a little bit different. I don't stand all the time when I scrap. I think it's probably something that I should be doing more of. But I sit most of the time, and so I did curl that, and I just used some of that tacky glue. I need to find some of the glossy accents. I need to just go on like scrapbook.com or something to get it, because I've tried to look in the stores, and I think that's one of the things of not scrapbooking that much. Like I've hit stores more often, but like Joann's in my area sucks. It sucks. And I know it's going out of business or it's on the fence. So there's this little sticker from the crepe paper. It's like a little girl's collection, but it is super, the colors are perfect. And it says best friends. And so I'm going to use this as part of my title. I'm going to use these like coppery thickers. Oh gosh, I love that color. But anyway, I was talking about that flower. So the flowers that I used for the wedding, because I did most of the stuff myself. So the day before the wedding, me and my mom, we went to the local farmers market because we got married in June, and the end of June. And I love peonies so much. And so I was really hoping that they would still be left, because towards the end of June, you're kind of getting out of the peony season, and we were lucky and we found so like quite a few bouquets. So we got a ton of flowers, fresh flowers, and so we had them all over, and they're the pink and white and the different shades of pink, and then some of the greens. So I have Altenew. They put out a couple of collections over the years, and I went to a class. I want to say it was a class that Paige was Paige doing, or Paige was there. Paige Evans was there, and gosh, there was a couple of other people that I knew. And so that was really fun. And so I got a collection, and there's these wood like buttons, and I thought about using the chipboard and it's not gonna, it just didn't work. It just didn't match with the other florals because those are more watercolor. Well, I am almost done with this. I'm just gonna put a few little of these phrase stickers. They're just super fun to kind of add, and I do not do any media on it, but this is it. So thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for listening to me ramble on for 15 minutes. I will see you guys later, and I hope you guys have a great scrappy week. Bye.